What up, Crypto Warriors? It's Ultra Crypto back at it again. Today is Tuesday, August 25th, 2020. The Quiet American Reset. This is coming from Zero Edge. Saw the tweet last night before I went to bed and decided this will be the story today. It's going to be a little deep dive. Bear with me. If you like the kind of videos that I provide you guys on a daily basis, please smash that like. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button, notification bell to get notified when I upload new videos. Let's get into it. The great decoupling is here. The U.S. now has a plan to purge Chinese tech companies fully from America's internet, creating what the Trump administration has dubbed the Clean Network. It mirrors the White House existing 5G Clean Path initiative to remove all Chinese components from systems everywhere, and which now extends it to everything tech on the net. China fears a financial iron curtain is about to fall, a complete expulsion from the dollar sphere. In fact, soft capital control is already birthing, with Bloomberg reporting that the U.S. is now asking colleges and universities to divest from Chinese holdings in their endowments. Chinese college and universities have basically an investment arm, or this is how they make money besides charging ridiculous fees, tuition fees, is through their endowments, where they use that endowment to invest in markets worldwide. So now the Trump administration is asking them to, any Chinese investments that you may have, get rid of it, or potentially face measures that could harm you, because they could lose their federal funding. See, first, a little background. Zero Hedge published a remarkable interview with two former Fed economists. They hinted at the Fed's last-ditch stimulus bailout strategy. It is to wire digital money directly into America's smartphone financial apps, bypassing the banking system entirely. Let me read that again. It is to wire digital money directly into Americans' smartphones financial apps, bypassing the banking system entirely. And I have a little note here. Please remember, the Fed is a private bank. Remember that the Fed is a private bank. It has nothing to do with banking. They don't hold reserves in their bank. They don't hold cash reserves, and they have nothing to do with the federal government. It's a private bank, for which we don't know who the board members are. They already have the digital wallet and the CBDC. So if they're already planning to roll out direct monetary payment to Americans via a smartphone app, they already have the app, and they already have that CBDC, or that central bank digital currency. It's not that it's something they're working on. They already have it. Okay. All right. So here it is. The two propose creating a monetary tool that they call recession insurance bonds. All right. So here it is. Congress would grant the Federal Reserve an additional tool for providing support. And this is what Coronado said. This is what Potter said. It took Congress too long to get money to people, and it's too clunky. We need a separate infrastructure. So they already setting the stage to send us that money via a digital app, or via some kind of central bank digital currency, which they'll claim is a cryptocurrency, but we all know that it's not a cryptocurrency. Then just days later, the Federal Reserve Governor Lael Brainard hinted once again at the coming monetary revolution. And this is a direct quote from him. To enhance understanding of digital currencies, the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston is collaborating with researchers at MIT in a multi-year effort to build and test a hypothetical digital currency oriented to central bank uses. It is important to understand how the existing provisions of the Federal Reserve Act with regard to currency issuance apply to a CBDC, and whether a CBDC would have legal tender status dependent on the design. People, they already have it. They are just playing with words and insinuating that they're testing it out. I bet you they already have it, and they already have the app set up. This is not something that will this is something that they've been testing for years already, and they'll just say that they're testing it like they're stating right now that it's a multi-year effort, that they're testing it from now moving forward. But this is something that they've already been testing, and we've been hearing about it now since 2017. Since I've been in the space, since 2017. That means they may have already been testing it out maybe 2 to 3 years prior to that. All right. So what would prompt the Fed to pursue this significant policy process? Another leg down resulting from an upsurge in COVID-19, of course, and that's what their whole push is, that money, physical money is dirty, it spreads germs and viruses, and this is why we need to have a digital currency. The prospect of the Fed printing digital dollars wired to people's cash app or cash pay apps as a new stimulus mechanism, replete with the overtones of a Davos reset formula for moving towards a digital global basic income model, is obvious. And if you don't know what Davos is where the world elites, world governments, all the banks, central banks of the world go for a annual meeting to discuss topics like this. And they've discussed Bitcoin, they've discussed other cryptocurrencies, and issuing a central bank digital currency within their own jurisdiction. They're trying to issue maybe, they're definitely trying to do some sort of reset. All right, here it is again. Magic like the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, out of thin air, things appear. Not once, but twice, as a similar trick was done by the Fed via multiplying the value of Treasury bailouts by providing credit on a 10-to-1 basis to the Treasury's special purpose vehicle. The Fed says this is not direct spending, which would be illegal because the Fed isn't allowed to spend directly. So they're just using their financial wizardry. They're just using the magic of words to try to manipulate the fact that what they are doing is illegal. All right. But again, people, the Federal Reserve is a private bank, has nothing to do with the federal government, and they don't keep a cash reserve. All right, so let's try putting all this into some sort of order. Firstly, American has already started down the path towards a nationalized, centrally managed economy, rather like China's. Well, they've already had a centralized national currency since 1913, since the Federal Reserve Act. So don't try to compare it like, try to scare people into thinking like, it's like China. Like, it's already been that way. It's already been that way. Secondly, the financial war is already underway, and China will likely use its CIPS, financial clearance system, and its central bank initiated digital yuan, already in use, to circumvent SWIFT and the US dollar. We've already seen that the Chinese, they came up with their own answer to the SWIFT system, which the US has used or has weaponized to put quote-unquote sanctions on China, on Russia, on any other country around the world, to exclude them from the financial system. So this is why the Chinese came up with their own CIPS system to circumvent the US dollar, to circumvent SWIFT, and started trading oil in Chinese yuan. And this is why China and Russia, since a little before the 2008 financial crisis, started to buy gold by the tons. Yes, China has had problems in the past with verifying that their gold has been real gold, because most of it, or not most of it, but maybe about 4 tons of it or so, have been found out to be copper plated gold bars. But again, China and Russia have been buying gold a little bit before the 2008 financial crisis. And Russia is a country that currently doesn't have so much debt, and they don't purchase US debt right now anyway. Third, the world again is demanding gold in exchange for US dollars, just like I explained. And also we've seen recently Warren Buffett, who has always spoken negatively about gold, recently invested in the second largest gold mining company to hedge his bet against the US dollar. All right, so there it is. That's pretty much it. I'm going to leave a link, as always, to this article in the comment section, or not a comment, but the description below, and let's discuss it. Do you think there will be some sort of financial reset to where either they're going to issue some sort of CBDC? That's most likely, right? I don't think that it'll be a Bitcoin reset, a reset to where governments of the world will use Bitcoin, because they can't control it, they can't inflate it, they can't debase it. They have no control over Bitcoin, so they will not be using Bitcoin at first. But eventually they'll come back around to wanting to use Bitcoin, because they can't trust each other. They can't trust whether or not the Chinese digital yuan is truly backed by gold, because we've seen in the past, just a couple of weeks ago, that the gold that China may have is nothing but gold-plated copper bars. Let's discuss this in the comment section below. Please smash the like, hit that subscribe button and notification bell, and I'm out. Peace.